Everyone, I'm Heba and welcome back. In this video, I'd like to show you my favorites in makeup that I've been really enjoying in the year 2020. And I know I'm a little late. We're already in, I guess, mid-February now. And if you're new to my channel, I'll link the video down below. The reason why I'm a little late, I just don't want to, keep talking about it in every video. I mean, 2020 was really a crappy year. I'm just going to go out and say it. It's really a crappy year. But yeah, I like to show you my favorites that I found in 2020 in makeup. And I'd like to do another video of the favorites that I found in skincare and maybe hair and body care too. Well, let's go ahead and get started because I've got quite a bit. And let's start with eyeshadow palettes and with the one that I'm wearing right now. And it was kind of hard to choose which one I was going to use today because I have so many nice ones, but I ended up using the Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes palette. I think this is a great everyday palette. Those shades are just beautiful. And with my skin tone, they show up. And the shades that I used in my crease is this one and also this one and this in the outer corner. And I popped that color all over my lid and also kind of put that in the inner corner. And this is the look, and I kind of like this look. So this is a great everyday palette. Another everyday palette that I found is this one by Artist Couture, the Supreme Nudes. This one also has nice neutral shades, and I love this green shade right there. They blend out very nice, and the metallic shades, they aren't as, pow as some of us like to wear, but they're beautiful nonetheless. I'm just going to quickly go through these, and if I did a video using these palettes, I'll link them down below if you want to check those out. But let me show you the next one. It's by Pat McGrath, and I love her shadows, and this one was one of my favorites. This is the Divine Rose 2, I believe, yes. The Mothership 8. I know, I've got all of them, and I'm getting confused, but this one is just beautiful. I like it better than the Divine Rose 1. And here are the shades in that one. I did do a video using this palette and I'll link it down below, but this, I just love the shades in here. And this one right here, I believe it's called, I think Naked Blush. I believe so. That one you can also use as a blush. Use the shade as a transition and then pop it on your cheeks and just make it for a really nice look. And I love the packaging too, and I believe it's been restocked. Another one by Pat McGrath is this Mega Mothership palette. Another beautiful palette. Love the packaging in this one too. Granted, it doesn't have many matte shades, but the metallic shades in here. The other palettes that I love by Pat McGrath are these Luxe Quads right here, and I have all three of them. I have a hard time saying this palette's name, Interstellar Icon. I always have a hard time saying that one. But this shade right here, it's just a beautiful shade to pop all over the lid. And I haven't tried this blue one yet. Eventually I will, and I know I keep saying that, but just blue shades scare me. This is one of the blues that I would try. And you have this beautiful one, Risque Rose. Oops. This one is Risque Rose, and this shade right here, I believe it's one of her new formulas. And also it has a matte, which is different than her Bliss Astral Quads, because in those, all four of those shades are the special shades, but these, they're the Luxe Quads, and they have like different formulas in there, and I like it like that. I also like the Bliss Astral Quads too, but those came out last year, or 2019. These came in 2020. But I love that it has the mattes, and they just, oh, they're just beautiful. And then the last one is Floor Fantasia. Beautiful shades. These would be great for spring. And there is a new one that she came out with, and I placed an order, and that one hasn't come in yet. So when that one does come, I'll do a video with that palette because that one looks to be another beautiful quad. What kind of favorites video would be if there wasn't anything by Sydney Grace? So I have palettes here by Sydney Grace. The first one is the Enduring Love palette. This one came out a year ago, and it's just a beautiful palette, and also came out in two different tones, a deep one and a light one. I prefer the deep one, and here are the shades there. In the light one, the mattes are a little bit, I don't know, a little bit ashy on my skin tone, so I prefer the deep one, and it's just a beautiful palette. The other one, Tiny Marvels. This is another beautiful palette. Mel Thompson did a collab with Sydney Grace with this palette, and beautiful shades. It's just different, and I like that. Even the Single Shadows by Sydney Grace, I have too many to show here, but yeah. The Sydney Grace eyeshadows, they are a great formula. They blend out very nice, and they have a great price point. Now these have a better price point. These are the bite-sized palettes by e.l.f., and I have three of them. These are $3 each. This one is Cream and Soda, and this one's a new one for me. This is Pumpkin Pie. beautiful warm shades right there. And then Carnival Candy, and I believe I have another one, but I couldn't find it. So for $3 each, you can't go wrong with these. These are great to travel with whenever we get to travel again, if we travel again. And the mattes do blend out very nice, and the metallic shades does have that wow factor. Now these two palettes by Dose of Colors, yeah, these were a great find. Now this one's another name that I have a hard time saying, Smoky Soiree. This one I like just a little bit more than Cutting Edge. I like this one too, but I prefer the Smoky Soiree. There are the shades in that. You can really make a beautiful smoky eye look with this palette. Now the Cutting Edge palette, it's another beautiful palette, but I like the Smoky Soiree better. The brush that comes with this palette is really great too. You can use it for underneath your eyes and to kind of use it to smoke it out and in the crease. It's small enough to put it wherever you need it to be. Wherever you need the shadow to be. I mean, I'm glad I got them both, but I use Smoky Soiree a little bit more than Cutting Edge. Still like Cutting Edge too though. Now this palette I've been wanting to try for the longest time, and I finally found it on sale, and it's by Scott Barnes. I believe he was having it 30% off his website. And the name of this palette is Natural No. 1, and I do like the shades in this palette. And that is what that one looks like. There are one or two mattes in here that are a little drying on my lids. Whenever I apply it, it just looks dry, but then I don't know what happens. Maybe it just melts into the skin after a while. It just looks like it melts into my lids there. And the metallic shades, they're beautiful. So I'm really glad I found this palette, and I really do like it. I have just 2 brands left in the eyeshadow palettes, then we'll move on. But this one, it's a single shadow by Chantecaille. Now her quads, not my favorite formula. The single shadows, especially this one, it's the only one that I have from Chantecaille. Sophisticated Olive, I believe that's the name of the shade, but it's this one right here. Oh, that is such a beautiful shade. And look at that cover with the rhino on top. For me, this is something I'd use just to put all over my lid, just a one shade and done look. But this is a beautiful shade, and I don't know, I like this. And maybe I might get more of the single shades by Chantecaille, but for me, the quads, they're not my favorite. And I did do a video using the quads, but I passed that on to my niece. She'll get a lot better use than I would. But the single shadow by Chantecaille, it's my favorite. Now the last eyeshadows, I am quite surprised that I like these. These are by Charlotte Tilbury, and it's the quads. There's just something about Charlotte Tilbury, I don't know what it is, but I'm really starting to enjoy using her quads. And I have 2 of them here, and yeah, I'm quite surprised. And this one, it's an all matte palette, it's a Desert Haze. These are just beautiful shades, and they apply very nicely on the lid. And I did travel with this one. We went to Fredericksburg. But like I said, these mattes, they blended out beautiful, and this is a great, another everyday look. And so after I tried the Desert Haze, I thought, okay, let me just see what other quads I could find. And I found this one, Copper Charge. This is another beautiful quad. And I've used this many times, and it's just a beautiful collection there. This one has 1 matte and 3 metallics, and those metallics are just beautiful. It has that copper feel to it. And then I combine it with Desert Haze, beautiful together. Like I said, I'm quite surprised that I like Charlotte Tilbury's quads. Maybe it was I think the 12 pan palettes that I just don't care for, but the quads, I'm kind of digging them. So those are the eyeshadow palettes that I found in 2020 that I've been really enjoying. Now let's move to primers, and this one by Hourglass. This is for eyeshadows, the eyeshadow primer. Love this primer. It's pretty much the only thing that I use for my lids. And it's almost empty, and I already have a backup of it. This one does have a tacky feeling to it when you place it on your lids, so I guess it keeps the shadows in place. And it doesn't make your shadows wet and muddy. Does that make sense? Because I've tried this eyeshadow primer, I want to say it's the one by Milani. I want to say that a while ago, and no matter how long I let that primer dry, whenever I put my shadows on, it just makes it wet and gets kind of cakey. It's not a good sight. But this one by Hourglass, it doesn't do that. So yeah, this was a good find, and I think I'll be using this well into 2021 too, unless there's another one that comes out that I really like. But so far, I'm sticking with the Hourglass eyeshadow primer. 2 face primers, and this one's by Good Molecules, the silicone-free priming moisturizer. I did get this one in my lucky bag last year, and I like this one. This one has more of a white creamy texture, And it just makes my foundation just lays better on my face. And I don't know if you can see that. I've used about that much. 7-8 months time I've used this primer. So this one will last me, I think, well into 2021 too. Whenever I say 2021 too, it's just 2021 also. Okay, I had to stop for about an hour because our neighbor 2 houses down, the lawn people came and started to use the leaf blower for a good 45 minutes, and it was unbearable. But there was one time when I thought, okay, they stopped, and then I was about to turn on the camera, and then they started back on again for another 20 minutes. So that's what happened, and I think I lost my momentum here. Let's try to gain it back, and I believe I was talking about the primers, face primers, and I just finished talking about the one by Good Molecules. And I was saying that I like to use 2 primers on my face, one for my face and one for my pores, and these 2 by e.l.f. One is the matte putty primer and the other one is the poreless putty primer. So here is what it looks like. It comes in a little flat jar, and this one is the matte one, and this one is a little bit more of a white base. And then this one is the poreless, and this one is a little bit more of a pink base. So I always like to put an all over primer on my face and then just use these, just kind of concentrated on my pores or to make this oily spot, oily areas a little matte. And the price point on the e.l.f. and the Good Molecules are pretty good. Next, let's talk about foundations, and I only have 2 foundations this year. I guess really wasn't into foundations, really. One's a high-end and one's a drugstore. And let's start with the drugstore. This is by Milani, the Screen Queen Foundation, the Natural Finish Foundation. And I have it in 2 shades, 340 Warm Buff and 380 Deep Tan. And this one also comes in 45 shades, so it has a really good shade range. It's not what I'm wearing right now, but this is a really nice foundation. It gives you, I would say, light to medium, and you can build it up, and it has like a soft, luminous finish to it. It blends very well into my skin. It doesn't cake up, and it doesn't sink into the pores or my wrinkles. Now I'm going to look down here on my laptop, and it does say that it's infused with a digital blue light filter technology, and that helps protect the skin from digital pollution. I guess since we're having the phone in our faces and laptops in our faces all the time now, I don't know if it does that, but I do like this foundation. This one cost, I believe, $13 or $13 to $14, and Milani goes on sale, so this is a great price point. It's a good foundation. I like it. So going from a $13 foundation to a $130 foundation. This one by Clé de Peau, and it's the Radiant Fluid Foundation Matte with an SPF of 20, and this is a beautiful foundation. It's what I'm wearing right now. I have it in the shade 060, which is Deep Tan Ochre. This one, I would say it's a matte foundation, but it does give you a little luminosity. I do set this foundation with powder because I do have combo oily skin. This foundation blends very nicely into the skin. Again, with this one, it doesn't sink into my pores, it doesn't cake up, it doesn't sink into my wrinkles, and it just gives me that natural skin look. And I would say that this one is more of a medium coverage foundation. You could probably build it up. I don't know if you can hear the leaf blower again. Oh my goodness, I thought we were in the clear. But even when you build it up, it doesn't look cakey, especially on me. This is just on me. And I do love this foundation, and I do love the shade, and I do love how it sits on my skin. This year, we're already in February, and I already tried one foundation. It's the new one by Huda Beauty, and I'll be doing a video on that. I don't know if it's going to come before or after this video, but spoiler alert, don't like that foundation. It was bad. And I ordered the new one by Guerlain, and I wanted to try the one by La Mer. It's the powder foundation. And I'm also going to try the one by Suku. That's a brand new line that I'm trying. So those 3 should be coming in within the next week. So I can't wait to try those foundations. And I forgot to mention this one has 24 shades, which is not bad, Now this concealer by Clé de Peau, the Radiant Corrector for the eyes. Do like this one, and this is in the shade Buff, and it's what I'm using right now. This one does come in a little brush tip. It comes with the clicker, and I like the clicker. I just click it twice, and it's enough for each eye. And with this one, I need to use a stiff brush to blend it out. I tried using a makeup sponge or my finger, and those didn't work out, but whenever I use a stiff brush, like a mini foundation brush. That really just helps spread it out. And with any concealer, with my under eye wrinkles, it does leave some creases later in the day. With this one and the other one that I'm going to show you, it doesn't leave any cakey mess underneath my eyes. And this one is another pricey product, and this is $65. Yes, I know, but I like what it does. Now the other one is by Hourglass, and it's a little bit on the mid-range side. I believe this one's $34. And this is the Vanish Concealer, and I have it in 2 shades, and I usually use just one. The other one I think is just a little bit too light for me. The 2 shades I have is Dune and Sienna, and my favorite one is Sienna, this one right here, because it's more of a peachy pink shade to kind of correct underneath my eyes for the dark circles. And with this concealer, I have to use my finger to blend it out, and I use just like maybe 1 or 2 dots underneath my eyes. And then just use my finger to blend it out, and it lays very nicely underneath my skin. If I use a makeup sponge or a brush, it just, I don't know, the texture of it just looks kind of funny. But whenever I use my finger, maybe the warmth from my finger, it just kind of melts into my skin. So those are the concealers. Now let's move to, I have bronzers. I just have one bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury, and I have it in 2 shades, but I think I like shade number 3 better. But this is the Airbrush bronzer in shade 3. And I also have it in shade 2, and let me show you that one. There's shade 2, and this is shade 3. And shade 3 is what I'm using right now. And you get a good amount of product in here too, so this one will last me quite a bit. Now, I didn't try that many blushes this year. I don't know why, but this one by Hourglass, I believe it's At Night. This is a beautiful foundation blush. It's like a brick red, and it does show up on my skin. And there is At Night. Some of these blushes from Hourglass, this is the deepest one, they don't show up very well on my skin. So this one At Night is a good one for my skin tone. There's another one, but that one came out, I think last year as a special edition for Chinese New Year. Vivid Flush. I hope they make that one permanent, because that one is a beautiful blush too. I hope they come back with that one. Now the other blushes, these came from Sydney Grace. They came in the little mystery bags, and I have it in the little Z palette here. Those are the shades that I have. The one that I'm wearing is this one. I believe it's called Thinking of You. And that is what I'm wearing today. And let me tell you, these blushes from Sydney Grace, you need the fluffiest brush and just a little dip, because these are pigmented. I mean, wow. If you go a little heavy-handed, you will look like a clown. At least that's what it looked like on me. So I had to really blend it out and put some powder on top. Live and learn, I guess. And I believe they're $8. And these that I have, I don't know if they make them anymore because they were in the mystery bags, but they come up with new ones every year. And I would recommend blushes from Sydney Grace. Anything from Sydney Grace, actually. Now these 2 products for my eyes, these are not new in 2020, but they're new to me in 2020. And this brow pencil by NYX in the shade Espresso, it's what I'm using right now. Really do like this one. This one has the pointy tip to it. Oh, it does come with a spoolie, but this one is the pointy tip. And I just like the color. And then this one by ABH, this is the brow gel. Since the lockdown and the lady who does my brows had to close, my brows was looking kind of, you know, bushy there. And I've been noticing that gray hairs have been coming into my brows. So this one's a brow tint in the shade, oh gosh, chocolate? Yes, chocolate. And this is just perfect to cover the gray brow hairs. Comes with a little spoolie. All right, now for the last product. These are lip products, and you're probably wondering, yeah, with what we have to wear on our face, why do we wear lipsticks? But whenever I don't need to wear a mask, I will wear a lipstick, and these have been my favorites that I found in 2020. First, let me talk about the Chanel lipstick. I discovered this a few months ago, and I am really impressed by these Chanel lipsticks. Yep, they're back in the front yard again. I did a lip swatching video of mostly everything that I'm going to show you, so I'll link them down below. But these by Chanel, I'm wearing one right now. I believe this is in the shade 117. Where have you been all my life, Chanel lipstick? I do love the Chanel blushes. I've been wearing Chanel blushes for years, especially one, my favorite, 260. Love that blush. And now I like the lipsticks, and I need to maybe try some more things from Chanel. But these are the Rouge Allure lipsticks. And I did order some more lipsticks earlier this year, but I'm going to save those for 2021 favorites. These I found in 2020. But this is the shade 107. It's kind of dirty, so I don't want to bring it up too close. And I did, again, lip swatch videos with these shades, and I'll link it down below. And the one that I'm wearing, I believe this one is it? No, this is 127, which is a little bit deeper. The one that I'm wearing is this one, 117, and it's just a beautiful shade. And it's very creamy on my lips. I mean, granted, these are cream lipsticks and they don't stay all day, but I just love how they feel on my lips. So yeah, Chanel lipsticks are my favorite. And another one of my favorites are Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. She came out with new shades this year and I got them all, and I also did a lip swatching video with that one. But the one that I wear all the time is this one, Velvet Affair. Oh, such a beautiful nude shade. And another one, Velvet Muse, is another beautiful shade. Oh, and Velvet Dragon. Oh my gosh, Velvet Dragon's a beautiful, I'll try not to show the dirty side of it. It's just a beautiful burnt orange shade. And she also came out with kits that had a lipstick, lip pencil, and a lip gloss. And I only got one of those, and this one was in the shade Velvet Blush. This one is another one that I use all the time. And also the lip pencil by Lisa Eldridge. They are very creamy and very pigmented on my lips. And I wish that she would make more and sell these separately, because these lip pencils are really nice. Like I said, they just glide on, and it's what I'm wearing right now with the Chanel lipstick. And it's a beautiful formula. Oh, I wish she comes out with more. And also lipsticks from Christian Audet. Love these lipsticks too. And here's one of them that I like to use. This one was in her Christmas collection, Noel. Beautiful nude. And then another one, Joanna. I mean, pretty much all the lipsticks that I have from Lisa Eldridge and Christian Audet and Chanel are my favorites. And of course, I can't forget about lip glosses, because I love to put a gloss on my lips. And these by Lisa Eldridge, they have a really good formula. It's not sticky and it has that nice sheen to it. And again, I wish you would make more of these lip glosses. And the last lip gloss and the last product I'd like to show you are these by Fenty Beauty. I believe these are called the Glass Balm. But the one that I'm wearing right now over my Chanel lipstick with the Lisa Eldridge lip pencil, I'm using the Fenty lip gloss in the shade Fussy. And here are the ones that I have, and also did a lip swatching video with these glosses. And they just feel so good on the lips. Not sticky, not tacky. It doesn't leave those strings whenever you open your mouth. So yeah, these are my favorite products that I found in 2020. I didn't think they'd be a lot, but yeah. And it seems like I already reached my quota for 2021 already. Next, I'll be doing my favorite skincare for 2020, and maybe I might combine it with hair and body products depending on how many of those. And if it's going to be too long, then I'll make 2 separate videos. I'll link and list everything down below for you guys, and also the videos too of most of these products. I think I did a video on most of these products, and that way you can get more of an in-depth review on those products. At least I hope so. Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, even though there was a little gap, about an hour in between. But it's all good, it's all good. But anywho, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.